A very good morning, class 12th. This is the lecture for your subject physical education, and we were doing chapter number 10, so we will be continuing with it. The name of the chapter is Training in Sports, and today we are going to start with lecture number 2. And in this lecture we are going to discuss about the second physical fitness component, which is endurance. So endurance is an ability of an individual to sustain an activity for a longer period of time, or we can say it is an ability of an individual to continuously work out or perform any activity without getting fatigued. So endurance, right, is an ability to sustain activity. Okay, or you can also say that it is an ability of an individual, an ability to perform any physical activity without getting fatigued or without getting tired. Okay, so this is the definition of endurance. Okay, till here. Now we are going to move on towards the types of endurance. Okay, so see, the types of endurance are actually classified again on two different bases, right? First one is the basis of the nature of the activity, what kind of the activity we are performing, that is the first one. And the next one is your according to the duration of the activity, in which we are going to talk about the time. So nature of the activity and duration of the activity. Okay, so it is like classified according to these two aspects of basis. Okay, nature, that how you perform that activity, what kind of activity you are performing, okay, or the type of activity which you are exactly doing. And when you talk about duration, very obvious that it depends on the time limit. For example, for what time are you exactly performing that particular activity, for how long are you going to perform that activity. So endurance can be divided according to these two bases. Okay, so now moving towards the first basis according to the nature of the activity. So type, endurance type. Okay, nature of the activity. Okay, so the very first type which comes under the nature of activity, the first one is your basic endurance. So when we talk about the basic endurance, it is a very it is something which works as a base of all the other activities, and it is very something which is a very basic kind of activity, in which we usually perform jogging exercises, running exercises, which are used in several other activities also. So it is a basic endurance. So it can also be known as aerobic endurance. Endurance, and it is known as aerobic endurance because it is basically performed when we are performing the aerobic exercise. So aerobic endurance, meaning why it is known as, because we perform aerobic activities. Okay, so till here you might have understood that basic endurance is also known as aerobic endurance, and it is known as aerobic endurance just because in this, when we perform basic endurance, we perform all the activities which are aerobic in nature. That means in the presence of oxygen. Okay, so till here you might have understood. And in these kind of, this kind of endurance, large number of muscles are involved. Okay, so we'll just write it in points now. So large number of muscles are involved. Okay, so large number of muscles are involved, as in this we perform the basic activities like jogging, running, swimming. So all these kind of activities are performed. That is why, as you can see, while jogging and running also, large number of muscles of your legs, your arms, your core muscles, your back muscles, all those muscles are involved when you perform all these kind of activities. So yes, when you do basic endurance, large number of muscles are involved. And in these kind of activities, we use slower pace. So we don't go or rush with high speed, yes, but we perform these activities with slower pace. Perform in slow pace. Okay, so what we exactly do is we go in a very slow pace. So it can be slow running, jogging, right? A very basic, and with not way too fast swimming also. So all the basic endurance activities are to be performed in a slower pace. So basically, if you are going to talk, so these kind of activities are performed in a very moderate kind of a speed. So we need to keep moderate speed while performing it. Okay. The next point says that it should be done for more than 30 minutes. So the duration of these kind of activities should be more than 30 minutes. Duration should be more than 30 minutes. Okay, not less than 30 minutes. Can exceed to 1 hour 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 60, 1 hour 30 minutes. So it depends on what kind of exercise you are performing, and it should be obviously more than 30 minutes, because the basic endurance will be done only when you perform it for a longer period of time. Only then your body is going to adapt to that particular endurance. So that is why it is to be done for more than 30 minutes. Okay, and as in the starting only I said that it is a kind of basis for each and every activity. So yes, it can be said as the basis of all the activities. As we are talking about running only, so this running can be used in hockey, right? Football, cricket. So basic endurance is very important. It is to be used in any of the game and sports which are there. Obviously track and field is one of the game, though that game is like involved with running and all the basic movements only. But yes, in hockey, football, basketball, in all other games you need to have a good endurance, the basic endurance to be required, because each and every game have their own, like it is for the 70 minutes, it is for 90 minutes, then it is for all over 40 minutes with the gap of 2 minutes in the 4 quarters. So each and every game will be required the basic endurance, right? That is why it can be used as a basis of all the activities. Now moving towards the next endurance, which is our journal endurance. Okay, so when we talk about journal endurance, that means it is the ability to resist fatigue caused by different types of activities. So it is the ability to resist fatigue which comes from different sports activities. Okay, so these kind of activities can be aerobic and anaerobic both. Okay, so it can be aerobic and anaerobic. So it can be for longer period or shorter period both, right? It can be aerobic as well as anaerobic activities are performed under journal endurance. Okay. The next point says that it can be done in low as well as high intensity, but for like a bit of longer period of time. So it is to be done for low as well as high intensity. So it can be done in low and high intensity. For this you don't have to keep your pace very slow. It can be done with faster speed also, with moderate speed also, and with slow speed also. In this, the intensity by which you are working, for example, when you are talking about the recovery rate in between, it can vary from individual to individual. The same way the intensity of working out can also be like, it can vary from from individual to individual according to their capabilities and what kind of activity or what kind of sports they are actually competing in. High intensity. Okay, right? And the duration which you need to keep. Now as I said, in basic endurance it is very important to keep the duration which is more than 30 minutes. But yes, here it should be for a longer period of time, but not like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It should be less than 30 minutes, but it can be for 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, right? So the duration is shorter than the basic endurance. So duration is shorter than basic endurance. Okay, till here you might have understood. So this is your journal endurance, and journal endurance can be used in different activities. What kind of endurance you are actually performing for that particular activity. It can be your running activities, it can be your shadow practices of different games and sports. It can be much more related to the game also. So it can be both aerobic and anaerobic, and it can be done in low as well as the high intensity. The number of repetitions can be changed or adjusted according to the individual's capacity. And last one, that duration, it's to be obviously kept for a longer. It's not a endurance activity for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes only, but yes, for a longer duration, but the duration still should be shorter than the basic endurance, which is for 30 minutes. Moving towards the last type, which comes under the nature of activity, that is your specific endurance. So when we talk about specific endurance, it is the ability of an individual to resist fatigue which comes from any specific activity, right, or some particular sport. So ability to overcome or to resist fatigue, okay, like in which comes in as some specific sports or particular sport specific. You can also write particular sport. Okay. So these kind of activities are mainly done for the specific games and sports which we are performing, as you can say that in cricket, right? So if you are talking about cricket, so in cricket we can basically have different type of activities. A batsman is going to have a different kind of activity, right? A bowler is going to have a different kind of activity, or when we are going to perform fielding activities, so there can be different endurance activities for them also. In the same way, for volleyball we can have a specific endurance activity, and we can have just for the endurance sake you are going to ask an individual to serve the ball as many as one can do, or you may ask an individual to go for shadow practice for batting or for bowling, just the arm swinging, that you are doing the arm rotation. If you are a bowler, you are doing arm rotation, for example. So arm rotation is again a specific exercise for cricket, right? So in these games and sports, we are going to perform activities which are based on specific activities. Like for example, in cricket, I'm giving the example only, that you have to run between the crease. So you can involve your, for your players in doing shuttle running, right? And for the duration and the time you can have there, you can also ask them to have number of repetitions, so that will be that will help you in increasing the endurance which is required for running between the wickets. Or you can have different sprints and endurance activities also. So there are these specific games and sports for which we have specific endurance activities. Okay. Now moving towards the next basis which is there, which is according to the duration of activity. So you can see the time which is required or which is there, the duration of activity. Okay, so the very first one under this is your speed endurance. Okay, so when we talk about speed endurance is again the same thing, that the ability of an individual to resist fatigue in the activities which are lasting up to 45 seconds. Okay, so it is ability to resist fatigue for activities lasting up to 45 seconds. So what all activities you are performing in which you are not taking more than 45 seconds. See, endurance is not something like which has to be done for a very longer period of time. Like it's just not important that you are doing the activity for like 2 hours or an hour or 45 minutes only. But yes, it is an activity where you don't get fatigue and you still are performing that activity. It can be an activity of 20 seconds also, of 12 seconds also, that you ran for 12 seconds in a 100-meter ride and you didn't get tired. So that is your speed endurance, that you maintain that speed for a longer period of time without getting fatigue. And as you can also take the examples of 100 meters and 200 meters. So as you can say that basically people perform 100 meters at the average you can take can be like 12 seconds or 13 seconds, and 200 also is to be performed in the 25 seconds or 26 seconds, 27 seconds. Okay, so we can have 100 meters, 200 meters here. So just understand that any activity in which you don't get fatigue while doing it. Even if I'm doing a very simple bicep curl also, as in the yesterday's class we were talking about strength endurance, right? So there is this strength which is involved with endurance. So here we have a lot of speed because we are doing sprinting exercises, but we need that endurance so that we can maintain that speed for a longer period of time. Okay, the next one is your short term endurance. So short term endurance is again the ability to resist fatigue. Okay, so it is again the ability to resist fatigue, right, in sports activities from sports activities from 45 seconds to 2 minutes. See, please do learn all the durations which are written in the book or I'm telling you in the lecture, because these durations are important. If the single question is asked that what is short term endurance, then it is very important for you to write the correct duration which is given here to 2 minutes. Now, all the activities which will be performed between this duration will come under your short term endurance, and that you need to understand that if you are performing anything between 45 seconds to 2 minutes and you are performing it without getting fatigued or without getting tired, then it is known as your short term endurance. Okay, the examples can be 800 meters. Okay, you can also take 400 meters, and though 800 meters can also be the example of this, right? But you need to understand that many of the people do perform 800 meters under 2 minutes also. So the example you can keep 400 also and 200 also, 800 also, it depends on you. Okay, now moving towards on what two things it is dependent on. So this short term endurance is dependent on your strength endurance and speed endurance. Okay, strength endurance, strength and speed endurance. Okay, so this is your short term endurance, and the duration of the activity will be between 45 seconds to 2 minutes. The third is your middle term endurance. So middle term endurance, so this is the ability to resist fatigue, okay, in the activities whose duration is between 2 minutes to 11 minutes. Okay, and all the activities, again the same thing, all the activities which are between 2 to 11 minutes which are performed between this duration, and in which an individual doesn't get fatigued or tired, exhausted you can say, then that person do have this middle term endurance. Okay, it is again dependent on your speed and strength endurance, dependent on strength and speed endurance. Okay, the examples Examples can be 1500 meter, 3000 meters. These two can be the examples of the middle term endurance. Okay. The last one which we are going to discuss is the long term endurance. And again, resisting fatigue in the activities which are which exceeds the timing of 11 minutes. Okay, so it is to be any activity which is more than 11 minutes comes under your long term endurance. Okay, and examples can be marathon, half marathon, so it can be anything. It can be your 10,000 meters, it can be marathon. Okay, it can be half marathon, cross country, any of those activities which are done in the time which is more than 11 minutes, then they will come under your long term endurance. Okay, so now moving towards the homework for today's lecture. Question number 1 is define endurance. Question number 2 is name the types of endurance. According to the nature of activity. Okay, and question number 3 is explain speed endurance. Okay, we will be discussing now the questions which were given in your lecture number 1. From lecture 1. Okay, so the answer for question number 1. So the question 1 for lecture number 1 was, okay, so the first question was define strength, and strength is the ability to overcome resistance. So strength is the ability to overcome resistance. Okay. Answer for the second question, and the second question was so dynamic endurance is the endurance in which we have movement, and the types are maximum, endurance. Okay, and maximum endurance is what? To overcome maximum resistance, ability to overcome maximum resistance. Second was your explosive strength. Okay, explosive strength is a combination of speed and strength, and it is the ability to overcome resistance with speed. The last one was your strength endurance. Strength endurance. And this is the ability to overcome resistance without getting fatigued, so or without getting tired. Okay, so this is the answer for your question number 2. The last question was name the different methods which are there, right, and explain any one of them. Okay, so the 3 different methods are isotonic exercise, isometric exercise, and isokinetic exercise. Okay, I'm explaining you isotonic exercises. So these are the exercises which are in which movements are seen. Okay, work done is there. There is change in the muscle length. Okay, it tones the muscle. Enhances the flexibility. Okay, so this is your isotonic exercise, and this is the end of your lecture. Thank you.